Hi, my name is Ilkin, and I'm the author of Blue Mountain Mist. I am sitting here today in Markthem, Ontario, to talk about certain events. The first one is, and the most important, we had a couple of weeks ago soldiers visit me secretly, and some of the dialogues that went on between me and them, I just want them to know how proud I am of them in assisting us with the Alaskan levee break. Now, what is the Alaskan levee break? It is an imaginary line which is part of the Sun collection that merges two different land masses together and some of the associated conflicts that occurred because of it. So that is what that is. And the second thing that I would like to talk about is some of the challenges in bringing out what started most of the brew, which was in 1998. My brother's release of Turkic is the first language. Now, you can only imagine for centuries the church with their Latin and their Slavic and their European dialogues. When The Devil is the First Linguistic came out in 1998, what kind of hell started between those countries that have generated a higher level of academia to that of original native, and original shamanic, and original indigenous or Amerindian people of Earth. That is where we are with some of the difficulty. But the story between 1998 till my first discovery of on July 1st, 2013, there's going to be a big gap. I'm going to have to leave that out. And why is that? Because it gives a better accurate picture when the armed forces or the military documents the accurate story. Now, I do have a good chunk of it, but I'm going to leave that out too because it creates also employment. Um, what happened was, at that time when my brother released it, I was working on ethics. Everything in my world is ethics. Now, why is that? It is like that because of how I was raised, my backing. So people forget when they look at me that I'm actually not native or not white or not Turkish, but rather I am Negro, raised Negro. And that is where that strength of ethics comes in from. So a lot of times when the richest would work with me, they would and say certain things, I would cringe, them not realizing who they're talking to. But that is the authentic story. On July 1st, 2013, thinking I was calming the scenario down, I was actually adding gasoline to the fire with my discovery on July 1st, 2013 of Kanata means wings. Now, immediately after, because if you're wondering, I don't recognize this woman. Immediately after, that is when the church started alterations of the original story. Now, why am I coming up now? Because between July 1st, 2013 to present, we saw major conflict in Canada, and that is why I'm thanking the armed forces. And if you see me living today, it is because I was able to turn it around and make it positive, make it entertainment, and then make it for the public to understand some of the brouhaha going on as it went up and down and up and down and up and down, and they are linked. Certain rich that they didn't like, Intel, medical, all of that. There's a whole series behind that. In C3, it's a combination of close to probably about 900 different stories and events. There's paranormal, abnormal as well in the story, and these are documented things that were witnessed, shadows on the wall, things flying and breaking. And I'm ironically a person of science. I don't believe in hocus pocus, never have, absolutely never have, and couldn't believe some of the bizarre irregularities that were happening. But that just adds the salt and pepper to the more brouhaha that was going on. So between the church and the 1,000 pissed off transgender kids, and Canada flipping it to the Turks, and the Indians taking it from the Turks, and Indians and Chinese and Indians and Turks all fighting, and then the Kurds mixed with all of that. And by fluke, a second mate of mine happened to be a hardcore Kurdistani, it didn't help the story. It just made it a complete straw mess of the entire thing. But where we are right now is a finished Sun collection. Will you see the whole Sun collection? I am praying yes, because I'm the authentic. You have to understand, how can I prove I'm the authentic? Just think about it. I have Negro children and Indian children. That should answer your questions. But if you want more evidence, the church is there. I could subpoena CIA publicly in front of everybody. Should I do that? There might be easier ways, like the actual court cases and the sources. I'm the only one with sources. Them pushing a different ideal, wanting to move what I generated as sun into Iran, India. It got majorly messy with my work. But one of the biggest happy things about it is I'm very, very secure in what they do as they alter the story, because by me merging humans together and making the globe all Jews, it protects humans. When I showed some of my anthropology photos, it blew the mind out of the hardest KKK person on this planet, that was in Canada, including the mob, including the church, including, Russia, India, China. They all came into Canada and fought. What we want to do is forget the past and move forward with the Sun collection. But what you're seeing is the actual authentic person. It's a gift for society. I wasn't supposed to live with the gash on the head and the gash in the stomach and the lung wound to prevent me from native singing. Or in different languages, or many injuries occurred. I wasn't supposed to have lived. It's really a blessing that today you can see it. In the future, it will probably be changed, because that's just the nature of media. But it gives people a good chance to calm down a little bit, and to push the real evolve, to push the Sun collection for the betterment of humanity. And it is a fantastic thing after Canada saw such omen, such tears, and such a brutality. We are looking at pink clouds and blue clouds, a womb's hand now, having to have pushed a lot of men to push it to the nicer, smoother, kind of overall coming together story. If you support it, we can actually do the movie. In the movie, you can see, you know, the battles that really occurred, that made the armed forces go back and forth between Hanna and Lucifer, and it is based off a true story. Maybe then they might close it. And but Kanata means wings was a blessing for Canada on July 1st, 2013. It was done by someone who's also called Sky Turk. I don't really look Turk, but that is the case. And what a fun production it is. One single book, after banks were robbed and churches got robbed and all of that, one single book can make such a difference by you supporting it. Thank you and have a good day.